Hi, welcome. This video explains how you can write your task 2 IELTS essay. So, this is our topic for the day. Some believe that people will buy a product based on their needs and advertising is not necessary. To what extent do you agree or disagree? How will you go about writing this essay? When you get a topic like this, you have basically three options. You can fully agree with the given argument. You can fully disagree or you can partially agree. Before you start writing, you should brainstorm for ideas. Read the question carefully and write from your own perspective. Do you believe that advertising is necessary? In recent times, did you buy any products that were not advertised? What were those products? I suppose they were essential products like rice, milk, groceries, veggies, medicines and clothes. People will buy essential commodities even if they are not advertised. What about your phone or car? Did you just walk into a store and bought the first model you saw? I'm sure you had a particular model in mind before you visited the store. You had seen the commercials of that model and similar ones before you decided that it was time to buy a new phone or car, right? You already had a perfectly working phone. If you hadn't seen the commercials of this new model, would you have bought it? Ask yourself. So yeah, commercials create a need that does not really exist. They tell us that if we invest in a certain product, it will improve our life in many ways, and many of us fall into that trap. We buy even those things that we do not really need just because we saw their advertisements on the television. If there is no advertising, people will still buy products, but those products will be essential ones. Without advertising, no one will spend their money on fancy gadgets or other non-essential goods. However, this doesn't mean that advertising is really bad. Without advertising, we will also not be able to learn about the existence of many products that actually improve our lives. There is yet another benefit to advertising. Advertising creates competition in the market and improve the quality of products. If you examine the given argument from your standpoint, it is easy to decide whether you want to agree or disagree. Now, if you fully agree with the given argument, that means if you believe that advertising is not necessary, the whole of your essay should explain why you believe so. You have to mention points that prove that people will buy a product regardless of whether it is advertised or not. Don't write about the benefits of or any need for advertising in this essay. Your introduction should be something like this. According to some people, it is not necessary to market products as people will buy them if they need them. I fully agree with this view. Now, if you fully disagree with the given argument, you have to prove that advertising is absolutely necessary even for selling essential commodities. Mention all the points that prove the importance of advertising in your essay. Your introduction should be something like this. According to some people, it is not necessary to market products as people will buy them if they need them. I do not agree with this view. In my opinion, without advertising, we will not even realize that many useful products exist. You can also take a balanced approach and claim that advertising is necessary in the case of non-essential products. In my opinion, this is the right way to approach this task because if you take this stand, you can easily substantiate it with valid arguments. We all buy essential products even if they are not advertised. But in the case of non-essential products, if there is no advertising, we may not even be aware of the existence of such products. Your introduction can be something like this. According to some people, it is not necessary to market products as people will buy them if they need them. I do not quite agree with this view. I wrote, I do not quite agree. That means I do not fully agree. Neither do I fully disagree. People will certainly buy essential products even if they are not advertised, but non-essential products need to be promoted or marketed. The points that we discussed above are not the only points you can mention in this essay. They are just some pointers. Once you have gathered enough ideas and decided whether you want to agree or disagree, you can start writing. Write 4 paragraphs. Your essay should have an introduction, 2 or 3 body paragraphs and a conclusion. Write at least 250 words. So use appropriate cohesive elements. You don't have to start every sentence with a linking expression. Don't do it. Use transitions only when they are required and use them correctly. You should be able to ensure that ideas flow freely between sentences and paragraphs. Write shorter and simpler sentences. This doesn't mean that you should only write short sentences. You have to write long complex sentences too. Just make sure that they are not ridiculously long. None of your sentences should have more than 20 words in them. Also, do not use sentence patterns you are not familiar with. Your goal is to write as many error-free sentences as possible. So, if you experiment with unfamiliar sentence structures, you will make more mistakes and that will reduce your score. Don't write more than 300 words. There is no penalty for writing a lengthy essay, but if you write more words, you will invariably make more mistakes and that will reduce your score. Use standard vocabulary. Use words and expressions that you would typically find in textbooks. Avoid obscure words that nobody has heard of. They won't improve your score. So that is all for today. You can find a Band 9 essay on this topic on my blog Easy IELTS. I have given the link in the description. If you found this video helpful, like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.